What's up, YouTubulous? EXO coming at you here, all pumped with Frankenstein chilling in the garage. You're probably wondering, what the hell did we do to this? Do we have it sitting in the project station? Well, wouldn't you guys know it? We were gonna replace every single brake on this truck, and we did. We went around to every tire and replaced the rotors, brake pads, and the calipers. You can see the shiny, nice red beautifulness coming through the rims. No more rusty, dusty, ugly parts. Holy crap, we really needed to replace those parts. Huge chunks of rust just falling off left and right. Definitely worth the investment there, YouTubulous. Rock Auto for the win, coming in with these replacement parts that you can definitely see were well needed. Look at that hunka munka. All that noise coming from my brakes is gonna be no more. Look at that shit. When I was trying to pound this rotor off, just shit was flying everywhere, debris was flying everywhere, and a couple of them were really stuck on there well. As you can see, the outline of the rim, we put some anti-seize on there so it doesn't do it again, but a nice fresh addition for Frankie is always something to make me happy. And embarrassingly enough, some of these pads were so bad for wear that when I first saw them, I was like, holy shit. I was damn near on the mounting bracket itself. Look at that. That pad is basically inexistent. I was riding on frickin' pistons. It's crazy. That's why you see a little bit of damn metal chunks coming up right there. So now we're not only safe, but we're looking a lot better too. The rear tires were the easiest of them. You can see a little bit of that compound that I stuck on the pads to make sure she stays nice and lubricated. But of course I didn't get any on the rotor surface because we don't want anything to prevent us from stopping real good. And there we go. There's the nice fresh new part. I put a little extra bleeder booty on there because it didn't come with one, so I still have one missing on this side. I'll go down to AutoZone and pick one up. It's funny, the front ones came with it, but the back ones didn't. Something interesting that happened when I jacked up the truck, these things actually deflated. Would you look at that? I had to trim off the little inflate mechanism, so I'm gonna call Suspension and Connection and see if they can hook me up with a new one. Because with all this extra weight, these bags were definitely doing their part. You can see that she's squatting just a little bit, so I'm gonna hit up some sort of coil spring specialist, or maybe hit up GP for the no sag option, see if they wanna cooperate again. But when you got weight like this, there's obviously no getting around the fact that you're gonna be sagging like a big lady's fat ass. Look at that. 8 AGMs right here in the back, 8 lithium cells, making up 2 banks of lithium. This shit definitely is not lightweight. With all of the added copper wires, hardware, amplifiers, wood, all of it takes up so much weight and it adds up real quick. So I think a pair of springs with an extra 12 to 1300 pounds resistance should really do the trick. And I actually did do a little something here to clean up the wires, but I hated how it looked with the zip tie going right across the center. Even though it made them, have an even distance apart, I totally disliked the way it looked, so I took them off and went back to the fresh green, and I'm way more happy with it. So the sound system is definitely going well. We even retuned all of the doors with our Crescendo PWX speakers. The 2 6s and the 2 8s. We have slightly different crossover points now on our 80 PRS. I really love that head unit and how you can select your networking mode with a lot of specifics. I also had to switch out my bass knob because we had another freaking LC1 shit the bed, as well as this one that controls the 10s. Didn't know what was going on because one of my channels was out. Lo and behold, we had a problem with the RCA knob and this bottom right-hand speaker. Had to replace the speaker terminals and boom, channel came right back to life. And I know that all this looks really shitty. This actually just broke and it won't go back in, so I figured I'd just take it back out. These things are just inevitably gonna break again and again. As you can see, the stress points are there and it's already happening, so there's no getting around it. Some other ideas that I got from some YouTubers is maybe we can take this dashboard out, since we plan on keeping the Expedition, doing a custom fiberglass to hopefully get us a little bit more dB up here. We have everything sealed up along the glass going up with some silicone, but I'm gonna tear that all out and do a nice fresh bead with something that actually has a little bit more of a barrier, because you can still see beyond the plastic in some spots. So it's not like that bead of silicone is actually airtight, because there's plenty of spaces for the air to go around, even right here. And under the hood, we gave her a little bit of TLC as well. We had to replace the hosing for our cold air intake. There was a hole directly at the top of it where it had to bend around this little bracket for the alternator. So I went down and replaced it. This pipe is good for temperatures past 400 degrees and below negative 100 degrees. So it's definitely gonna be fine for under the engine bay. Here's all of our alternators. looking good, lined up perfectly, and our battery is nice and we just cleaned off all the pollen here, and we're gonna be going down to our Raggy's house to fix up my tensioner. Having all these alternators is like stretching a big rubber band on that belt. He's gonna friggin' hook it up with a nice tensioner, and we'll make a nice little fun trip out of it. I haven't visited him in quite some time. Quick update on our VCI. We have the Diaguardo voiced coil temperature sensor still installed right here in the rearmost subwoofer, and it looks like the temperature is 83 degrees. Gotta love parking in the garage. Turn on some LED action to let you see that we've actually wired up the entire box. I don't know if I've told you guys about this yet, mainly because I still wanted to clean up a bunch of that debris on the back wall. Sealed up the holes for the speaker wires and forgot to really clean up my mess with the caulking. But I'll give this color rotation a couple little swings, just so you can see that we're having some style points right here in Frankenstein. I have a set of SMD 50/50s on this seat, and then a 15-foot, a 5-meter going around on the inside of the box. I also have some on the mids and highs on the back wall, so let me show you that real quick as well. And I like how it changes colors on every single one of them, so I don't have to have like more than one controller. I'm not the proudest about this copper bar. I've already mentioned it several times that when I clear coated it, I didn't know that I was touching it like a maniac. But there she is. She's rotating to green now. With the Crescendo Audio 2 channels, we have 2 of the 1100 by 2s and then a 550 by 2. But what's great is that we're actually going to be replacing these speakers with some Vibe Audio Black Death speakers. Let's go ahead and see if we can take a quick look at those too. But of course, before we do that, I can't get too ADD on you. I was going to show you the lights the whole time. Take a look. Probably a little too bright for daytime stuff right here, viewing purposes, but at nighttime, this thing pops like the Chrysler Building. So damn beautiful to have that light basically reflecting on all of the copper underneath it, and because there's a platform right above it, it kind of squeezes that light out. And here's the speakers I was just telling you about. 450 watts max. Definitely a very similar looking speaker with that double roll surround, but a very different looking speaker with that dust cap. It's the black hole dust cap. It's nice for a change of pace sometimes, and besides, we've had those PWXs installed in Frankenstein for like 5 years. You can see right here, we got the Black Death 10s. Maybe we can get one open on video just real quick since we have them right here. Vibe Audio was nice enough to hook me up, so let me hook you guys up with a nice camera angle. Oh yeah, check it out guys. Real spiffy, then designed and engineered in England. And this one has an even more exaggerated black hole. Look at that little indentation. So hopefully these speakers hold up to the SPL really well and will make us a nice big difference in output because they're slightly more efficient. So there's pretty much all the updates right here on Frankenstein. Just wanted to go through everything that's been recently developing. Now let's head over to Little Blue and talk about something. As you can see, we got Little Blue sitting here looking beautiful. But we have a little something going on with our our driver's side subwoofer. I was doing some jamming the other day with some big pimpin' lows. Holy shit, doing some testing too. And I must have sucked something up through my port because I had something stuck in my damn subwoofer. I had to take the damn thing out and dislodge what was in there and chuck down a new dust cap. So as you can see, I didn't do the best gluing job because I had to take the old cap off and fish through like a damn school kid what was stuck in the damn gap. Definitely not something that made me happy, but it had to be done, and everything's a-okay now. I guess that's just one of the perks of being able to fly things all around and suck them up mid-air with the power of your damn subwoofers. Here's a quick shot of the app that I'm using to monitor my voltage. You can pick day to day and see every single bit of data that is displayed on your electrical system. This is the first day we started filming with the device, so stay tuned for the whole video on that. But let's go right to today and see what we're sitting at. 13.29 volts. Gotta love it. So between Frankenstein and Little Blue, we've definitely got our work cut out for us, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love both these cars, and we've got great plans in store for both of them. So I hope you plan on enjoying the ride, staying subscribed, and just maybe learning a couple new things on their way, because I know I am learning every day. So until the next video, this is EXO signing out. I'll talk to you in the next one.